Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. While being interviewed on Mornings with Maria, former President Trump said that Mark Zuckerberg called him to apologize for Facebook and Instagram censoring the photo of Trump with a raised fist.
I was called by Mark Zuckerberg yesterday, the day before, on this same subject, and he actually apologized. He said they made a mistake, etc., and they're correcting the mistake.
Look at that. All you need to do to get a tech billionaire to care is to almost get killed. Trump also said that Zuckerberg told him he won't be supporting a Democrat.
And he actually announced he's not going to support a Democrat because he respected me for what I did that day.
Zuckerberg reportedly told Trump that he won't support Democrats. If Zuckerberg stops censoring Republican content, people might actually get both sides of the story, which, as we all know, is the downfall of democracy and also the downfall of a constitutional republic for those of you who are very technical about things like that. You know things are serious when Facebook lets you do your own thinking. At the arrival of the American prisoners from Russia as part of a prisoner exchange, Kamala Harris showed us why she is the Democratic nominee for president.
This is just an extraordinary testament to the importance of having a president who understands the power of diplomacy and understands the strength that rests in understanding the significance of diplomacy and strengthening alliances. This is an incredible day.
Comments from Kamala are like a Coldplay song. You're not quite sure what it means, but it sounds important. But at least Kamala makes President Biden look articulate. President Biden was so bewildered by her comments that he forgot what Air Force One looked like. You can see his confusion as he walks up to the plane that just dropped the prisoners off, and then he actually got on the prisoners' plane. But hey, he did a nice job on the stairs. And look at Kamala and the Secret Service trying to decide what Biden is doing. Act casual. Maybe no one will notice he got on an empty plane. President Biden was so confused by Kamala Harris that he tried to hop on a plane that looked like it had been borrowed from Spirit Airlines. Kamala Harris is blaming Donald Trump for a jobs report released from the Labor Department today that was worse than expected. I'm surprised that she blamed Trump for this. It seems obvious that this was caused by climate change. The unemployment rate was an unexpected 4.3%, shattering expectations that it would hold steady at 4.1%. As a result, stock futures plunged, with the Dow Jones dropping over 500 points, reigniting fears of a recession. Kamala was quick to blame this bad economic news on Trump, despite the fact that it is nearly a full term after he left office. Sure, Kamala, this makes sense, because when I get food poisoning, I blame the chef who hasn't worked at the restaurant in 3 years. The Biden-Harris administration has paused a controversial migrant program which allows 30,000 people to be flown from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela into the United States each month. The program was halted after fraud was discovered in the sponsor applications, where they found that 24 of the 1,000 most used numbers belong to dead people. Usually when someone gives you a dead person's number, that's a red flag, but not with the US government. One sponsor phone number was submitted on over 2,000 forms. I have a feeling it was written on the bathroom wall somewhere. So this migrant flight program was a breeding ground for fraud. It's almost like the Biden administration was less interested in vetting and more interested in flooding the country with non-citizens. You know your immigration policy is in trouble when it's easier to get into the United States than into a Costco on Saturday. The Biden-Harris administration paused the migrant program due to fraud, because who knew people would cheat when you literally invite them to? If you are a fan of Demi Moore, don't watch this. Okay, you've been warned. Demi Moore has taken a bold step in her career. She's now endorsing a book about flatulence.
It's an adult's guide to farts. The evolution of farts.
She's breaking news and breaking wind simultaneously. The star of classics like Ghost and Indecent Proposal is now tackling the noble cause of normalizing farts.
But farts are nothing to be ashamed of. They're very normal. Look here. Cats fart. Dogs fart. Birds fart.
She's even challenging her celebrity pals to join the cause. Kelly Ripa, Kate Hudson, and Chelsea Handler. I can see Chelsea Handler promoting this book. She's perfect.
But if a fart slips out, just own it.
Demi promoting a book about farts on Instagram. Finally, someone in Hollywood who's truly letting it all out. In other Demi Moore news, she's been cast in a new show on Broadway, Gone with the Wind, the musical. All right, before I close out the show, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about yesterday's video. I had a real hassle with YouTube on yesterday's video. So at first, it was getting demonetized every time I uploaded it. And the reason why I don't like it to be demonetized is it's my experience that YouTube severely limits its distribution if it's demonetized. Anyway, so I had to play with it and mess with it, and I had one story in there about the mastermind of 9/11 and a plea deal. I don't want to say too much because then this video might get demonetized, but when I took that out, then YouTube monetized the video for some reason. But then I started having copyright checks that were never finishing, and it was going for like 24 hours. Usually they come back, honestly, within maybe 20 or 30 minutes. And so after like 24 hours, I finally checked, and I had a short clip of the boxing match between the Italian boxer and the Algerian boxer that I did a story on. And it was only like 7 seconds long, and I think another 4 seconds. When I pulled that out, then the copyright check came back. So I had to do a ton of editing on yesterday's video. But the first version was over 4 minutes long. But by the time YouTube got done making me hack it to death, it was not even 3 minutes. So anyway, so that's what happened yesterday. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.